Hey guys, it's Caleb with White Metal Games. It's Friday, the 29th, and I wanted to do a quick update. I think I did an update video last week, but I don't know if I put it online, so you may get some footage that looks like it's just the same stuff, but it's advanced a little bit. So if that's the case, it's because I worked on it over the course of the week, and I haven't had a chance to post it yet. So this is what I've been working on over the last week. Let's just get right to it. So the Dark Eldar project that I've been promising for a while is almost done. I'm down to the last couple finishing touches. It's a little dark, a little hard to see right here because it's so much black, but you can see a lot of the copper or brass looking designs, and then the metalwork down here. Of course, the purple etching everywhere, these purple sails, which the client, he sent me sort of his own images of his army, so I was trying to match as much as I could. With the purple, I wanted something that sort of stood out, sort of a contrast in color, so I went with an orange-looking hair, which I think looks really nice. This is the Abaddon figure. He's almost done. The two figures of Abaddon and, what's his face, Duke Squiggoth are the ones that need the most finishing work. He needs a couple washes, some detail work, and he'll be all finished too. So they came out, I think, pretty well overall. So that's Abaddon, and then Squiggoth is back here. Again, the same thing. I used the orange hair, which I don't know if the client will love. We'll see. If he doesn't, I can change it, but I like it. I think it contrasts the purple and the red. The purple certainly quite nicely. Then he has got this massive banner pole. Of course, he's got the two blades as he's a Corsair. And again, I think he worked out pretty well. I tried to incorporate the orange down here on the base because the Uriel figure has him standing on a Tyranid cannon of some sort, so I worked it into that, something sort of extravagant. Made a Harpy for a client. This is my second to last one. I have one more set of these wings in stock, so if you've ever been interested in buying this Harpy, now is unfortunately the last chance you can have to buy one. I'm down to my last one in stock. Once that one is gone, I am done with this variant of Harpy. I do have a new model of Harpy up on eBay right now with Balrog wings that goes for the same price, and it's just as nice. It's just different wings. So let's see what else we're working on. My assistant Nick has been helping me out a little bit around the workshop, so a lot of the stuff he's been helping me out with. This is a Tree Man figure that we're doing for a Ravenloft game. He's going to end up looking like this character here, if you can see. So this is how we're starting it off, with a Lord of the Rings Tree Man figure, and we're trying to duplicate the beak there, and we're going to cover that up obviously with gray stuff and get him working out really well. He's going to be for an upcoming D&D game that I run. We've also got some new Turvigons coming on the block. A little hard to see, but this is a similar variant to what you've seen before, so I'm not going to go into major detail. The big difference is I ran out of claws of the other variety, so I had to go with these different claws. These are Starship Trooper Warrior claws. They look a little more like Sighting Talons. Certainly a little bit bigger than the old ones, so they're going to have a slightly higher price. But again, I've got literally dozens and dozens of Turvigons, so now has never been a better time to buy Turvigons from me. Because I ran out of the old heads for the old Doom, I had to come up with a new Doom variant. So this is the new Doom. I'm going to have about a dozen of these before I run out of stock, based on a Kenner Alien Queen, and then use some Tyranid bits to modify it. Obviously extend the cranial column, and then use these Ravener tails to sort of create an extended body. I think it looks pretty well, kind of like a serpent, sort of disjointed. Anyway, he's going to be up for sale here in the next couple days. And then finally, let's see, got a Sisters of Battle project in from a friend of mine. He has a Sisters army, so he sent me some of these. I'm going to be painting these up for him. These are some of the nice pewter models. He wants to do them in the same color scheme as the Order of the Argent Shroud, so it's a nice silver and gunmetal gray color scheme with a red casing on the bolters, so that's going to be nice. We'll be looking for that in the next week or so. Okay, so this is the last thing, which I'm kind of the most proud of from this week. So the client requested a Squiggoth, but they wanted it to look like a mobile stage, like a rock concert on legs. So this is how this came about. It's basically, obviously the Squiggoth you've seen before, he's just a Star Wars reek. And then I gray stuff up all the joints so he can't move like an action figure. I played his body with some orc bits, given this orc howdah, bit and bridle. And then the howdah is actually the stage. These large speakers here on the side are actually speakers for like a car. They're 2-inch speakers that I cut a hole in the back of this plate to sort of create these speakers coming off the side of this thing. The stage is comprised from mostly Pegasus kits. And then the lights are actually a combination of Havoc launchers and smoke launchers. Up on top, I've got a Grot using a Grot rigger over here who's got a searchlight, kind of using as a spotlight, and he's over there working that. Then, of course, the cannon, which no orc stage would be complete without some sort of weaponry. So there's that. These green clouds actually come off. I'll take this one off for giggles. So these are what I'm using for smoke machines on this thing. I figure if you're at a rock concert, you want some smoke, you want some lights. So the green clouds are actually, I'm just going to ship them with it. That way if the client wants, he can throw them on there. Something kind of a fun effect it'll look like. The rockers are actually Goth rockers from the Citadel line. Games Workshop sells these. You can get 3 in a blister for about $18. And then they're obviously on this massive stage. I sort of broke a couple plates up to make it look like the orcs would sort of put this thing together. This speaker on the back here is actually from a dollhouse, and then I cut it down and put it up, fixed it up a little bit, put this strip on there. Once that's primed, it won't look pink anymore. A couple more bits and plates just to sort of cover up, make it look a little more orky. I particularly like the rigging. I think this worked out really well, actually. If you can look at it from the top, you can actually see all the way down to the stage. There's plenty of places for guys to move around. It's big, but I think it's a lot of fun, and I actually think it's going to look really neat on the table. I think the client's going to be quite pleased with it. If anyone's interested in doing something like this, just let me know. It's an extravagant piece, but it was a lot of fun to build. I really am looking forward to seeing what the client uses it for. So I guess that's about it. Anyway, so it's been a slightly... Oh, one other thing. Big week for me for consignment. A couple weeks ago, I consigned a client's army. He's a longtime client of mine, and he had some old stuff in his garage he wasn't using anymore. He wanted to get rid of. He had an old Tyranid army. Make a long story short, put it on the block. The client made about $300 off of stuff that he wasn't using anymore. The entire army sold for a little over $400, so he pocketed about 75% of the army's value. Obviously, that's not retail value, but he had about a 2,000 point army, I'd say. So not bad for considering it was just setting in his closet. He wasn't doing anything with it. So this week I got a new consignment. This client had just a massive Warhammer list. Without going into all the details, this entire box over here is orcs and goblins. It's probably about 4,000 points worth. There's just dozens and dozens of blisters. There is everything from spear chuckas to doom divers to a full battalion there in the back. He's got several named characters. Most of this stuff is new, but a lot of this stuff is old too. A lot of it's old, out of production. Almost all of it's pewter. So you got like Night Goblin Fanatics, spear chuckas. You got orc standard bearers. Then in this box over here, there's sort of a mix, a hodgepodge. This is all dwarf stuff on top here. There's a gyrocopter, a shield bearer, several lords. You've got a box of beast lords and beastmen and their stuff. Beneath that, you've also got some chaos. There's an old gray unclean one. And then there's this old giant. These are actually nice because although they're pewter, they're a good size, and they actually come with a variant head, as you can see there on the back, which a lot of people like to duplicate, so you at least get 2 heads with it. These are trolls, and then he's got a whole bunch of lizard man stuff down there too. It's kind of hard to see, but he's got at least 5 source commands. So all told, over $1,700 worth of retail value, and that was new. Now it's all going to be sold new in package. It's all going up for sale on eBay in the next day or so. So look for that if you're looking to pick up any Warhammer stuff. I will combine shipping on everything. So that way you can save $1 if you want to buy quite a few things. Shipping is always combined. On eBay, my seller ID is Caleb Film, and I've got plenty of stuff there. You can combine this stuff with my stuff. If you buy it, you also want it put together or painted, that's an option too. You could buy this from me, commission me to put it together for you, convert it, paint it, whatever you like. So that's all going to be available. I'll put a link up to the listings. So that's it. If you're just tuning into this, my name is Caleb, and I'm a commission artist. I do commission. I do mostly conversion work, some painting work, a lot of painting work recently, and I also do now I do consignment. So if you have some old stuff in your closet, you want to get rid of it, it's not doing you any good, or maybe you have an old army, you want to get rid of that, just email me at caleb@whitemetalgames.com. You can send me the army just like this client did. I will list it, I will sell it, I will package it. All you have to do is put it in a box and send it to me. If it's damaged, I can repair it for a small fee. If you need to have some stuff touched up, if you want to have it stripped down, anything you want done to it, I can do it. Just bear in mind that, none of it's free. It has to be paid for. But it saves you the trouble of doing it. For example, this client, everything's new in box. All he